For a drama about what happens after Happily Ever After, it's only fitting that we begin at the beginning of Happily Ever After. The wedding of the century between Baek Hyun-woo and the heiress, Hong Hae-in. The two met back when Hae-in was an intern at her family-owned Queens department store. She had a problem with the printer and Hyun-woo appeared as a knight in rolled-up sleeves to fix it. A series of weaponized printer incompetence later, and Hyun-woo fell for Hae-in. Things were good between them until Hyun-woo found out that Hae-in is not just the queen of his heart, but the queen of queens. He ends up resigning and ghosting her. But they eventually have a last-minute reunion after she went to fetch him from his hometown with a helicopter. And cue their marriage, and the end credits of our reverse rom-com. When we meet Mr. and Mrs. Hong Hae-in 3 years later, their relationship has soured, with constant digs at each other and sleeping in different rooms. But to quell Hyun-woo's gold-digging rumors, Hyun-woo and Hae-in keep up the happily married act with interviews. Starting from the How We Met story to their current soured romance. It has always been a he-said-she-said retelling when it comes to Hyun-woo and Hae-in's relationship. From Hyun-woo's point of view, he might have become the legal director of Queen's Group, but his opinion does not count at work. It's the same story at home with his in-laws. He has the thankless job of cleaning up after the Hong family's mess. They dictate every aspect of his life and worse. He feels that Hae-in doesn't care about how her family treats him. Hyun-woo has always been the expressive one in the relationship, so he's vocal about his pain and frustration with Hae-in. You can almost see the save me plea written with neon lights on his forehead. Frustration leads to drinking, and drinking leads to Hyun-woo doing what Kim Soo-hyun does best. Crying. Hae-in's father lives by the code. Never bid farewell to those who abandon you. You should stab them in the back. And this is the singular reason Hyun-woo hasn't filed for a divorce. He is not ready to get stabbed in the back by his father-in-law. 3 suffocating years of living with 3 generations of the Hongs and their other extended family members eventually makes Hyun-woo seek out a psychiatrist. Hyun-woo is diagnosed with extreme stress levels, and the only solution is for him to get a divorce. For a breather, Hyun-woo dips out of an appointment with Hae-in to visit his hometown. The queens may rule Seoul, but in Yeongdo-ri, Hyun-woo's family and their 35 cows are kings. In contrast to the cold and gloomy atmosphere at Queensville, there's so much warmth and vibrancy in the Baek family house. Hyun-woo is in the most relaxed state we've seen him in, and with the way he gulps down his lunch, you'll think he was starving at the Hongs. Hyun-woo's family scolds him for being absent at Daddy Baek's 60th birthday. But the scolding ends when Hyun-woo drops the divorce bomb on them. His mom is all for her son's happiness, but his dad and siblings try to talk him out of it. Especially his siblings because of the financial benefits they get from his marriage. Hyun-woo returns home to serve Hae-in with the divorce papers, but she beats him to the surprise punch. She's dying. Apparently, Hae-in has been experiencing headaches and memory lapses for a while, and a visit to the doctor, the appointment Hyun-woo brushed off, confirmed her condition. She's suffering from cloudcytoma, a rare form of brain tumor. Progressed symptoms of the condition include hallucinations or personality disorders, and has no cure. Hae-in already experiences hallucinations, and the doctor estimates that she has 3 months left. We glimpse into Hae-in's point of view, and things are beginning to make sense. At an earlier appointment, Hyun-woo thought Hae-in stood him up on purpose. But it turns out that she had one of her memory lapses and she forgot. When she eventually showed up, he had already left. Hae-in might put up an icy front, but underneath all of that is a woman who still cares about her husband. She is not as warm and as expressive as Hyun-woo is, so she may not stand up for him, in his presence in front of her family. But she'll go behind his back to beat up her younger brother, Hong Soo, for disrespecting her husband. She will stop her mom from barging into Hyun-woo's office to scold him, and she sure as hell won't sit back and listen to her business rival talking smack about her man. Hyun-woo feels isolated, and rightly so in the midst of the Hongs, but in a way, Hae-in feels the same way. She's just better at hiding her emotions because she grew up in the family and she's used to them. From bits and pieces of the conversations at home, it seems like Hae-in lost a sibling, and her mom blames her for it. This incident is probably tied up in the trauma that manifests in Hae-in's hallucinations. Hae-in is dealing with so much internally, and it's quite depressing that she can't confide in her family because they have a business relationship. She's dying, but all she can think about is hiding her diagnosis from her family because she's convinced that they will kick her out and fight over her assets while she's still alive. Like her husband, she also has the "Save Me" plea written on her forehead, but with a pencil. Hyunwoo is shocked to hear that Haein is dying, but his primary emotion is joy because he just needs to hold out for 3 months, and then he can be free from the marriage without the hassle of a divorce. Hyunwoo's attempts to fake sadness and concern for Haein is amusing, even though he's wrong for this. But it's his best friend and drinking buddy, Kim Yong-ji, that advises Hyunwoo to use the 3 months to win Haein over so that she can include him in her will, which is emotional manipulation at its finest. It's ironic how Hyunwoo spent his entire marriage having to prove that he is not a gold digger, but now that the end is in sight, he has decided to wear that gold-digging cloak. Hyunwoo enters his loving husband era, and while his actions are amusing to watch, it's sad because he's doing all of this for the wrong reasons. Haein is totally uncomfortable with her husband's sudden attention, and she tells him to just act like he always has. Haein suspects that Hyunwoo has an ulterior motive for his sudden change in attitude, but when she discovers that he has been secretly looking into how long terminal patients can live past their given date of death, for selfish reasons, of course, she's touched by his concern and assures him that she isn't going to die that easily for his sake. This sounds like a threat to Hyunwoo, and it sucks because Haein is actually feeling hopeful for the first time since her diagnosis thanks to his fraudulent concern. To further complicate Baek-hong's romance, or what is left of it, hotshot investor Yoon Eun-song returns to Korea. Eun-song is Haein's ex, and he's the key to launching the luxury brand that she wants to bring to Queen's department store. For someone who supposedly no longer loves his wife, Hyunwoo feels totally uneasy with Eun-song's reappearance in Haein's life. It doesn't even help that Eun-song is invited to the Hong family's hunt, and he fits right in with them, in a way that Hyunwoo has never done. If jealousy is one of the tools this drama wants to use to wake Hyunwoo up to the realization that he still loves Haein, it seems to be working. Everyone disperses to their assigned corner of the grounds to secure their prey, and Hyunwoo and Haein go their separate ways as well. Unfortunately, Haein gets stuck in another hallucination episode, right as a wild boar charges at her in what seems to be a premeditated incident. Proving that he will never stop being Haein's white knight, Hyunwoo appears at the nick of time to gun down the boar before it attacks his wife while marking his first ever kill on a hunting trip with the Hongs. Haein's hallucination fades as she stares at her husband in admiration. That's it for this recap. Make sure to like and subscribe for more recaps and reviews of your favorite dramas. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave your thoughts in the comments and let me know which drama you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.